Series round one. So many strong chances in this race. And if we cast our minds back to this very race last year, it was a totally dominating performance from Matt Poole. He's on the line talking to Jordan Mercer.
Matt Poole, in case you needed reminding, this is your 14th Nutri-Grain IronMan series. How has it changed over that time?
Yeah, it has changed a lot. I'm feeling every 14 of those years, definitely. Oldest guy in the series, but you know, this time last year round at the Burleigh round, I showed that I've still got it. Went out early, got a good lead and managed to hang on for the win. So last year was a funny old season with the knee surgeries and everything else. I'm feeling fit and healthy at the moment, so I want to start off like last year's season.
Well, we're excited to see that experience come into play today, and exactly right, Endurosurf format last year, you made it look like poetry in motion. So hope age is on your side. You're still the name on everyone's lips. So Matt Poole, all the best out there.
Thank you. Thanks, Geordie. Thanks, guys.
Can't wait to see if Matt Poole can emulate last year's win in the Endurosurf format, but it's a stacked field. Josh, take us through it.
I guess the big story is who is not here. Our defending series champion, Kendrick Louis. He tore his calf midweek. He's had to withdraw from the opening three rounds. He's hoping to get back in the final 4, 5 and 6, but I just don't know. Also as well, Ben Carberry's had to pull the pin on as well. He cut his arm open. He's a tradie by day and he's not able to race with us here. That meant Jackson Maynard and Nathan Gray got themselves a start here. And Nathan Gray, interesting, started his career here at Kingscliff, so he knows this territory better than most, and it means Matt Bevilacqua will be our #1 seed on the line. And a couple of the young guns there, Zachy Morris, Finn Askew, and we've got a younger field than normally. A couple 19-year-olds, one 18-year-old in Joe Collins, and he's a name to watch out for. So it's the old against the young, the experienced against the inexperienced, and I guess a little bit of enthusiasm goes a long way as well. And Dan Collins with the pink goggles, he is one of the ones to watch, especially with that opening swim leg there. He'll be in the thick of the action alongside TJ Hendy.
And of course, another big story as well, as we mentioned, when we got down here on the sand, unstoppable Ali Day is back. That smile's all round. It's great to see him out there. He looks in amazing shape. Cannot wait to see how he gets off the beach.
Yeah, we saw him at the start of the show there talk about his experience, broke both his wrists, had to come back for it. And of course, Ali, he's just had a son in the last couple of weeks as well. Young Danny boy will be watching. Shout out to Tannen Linden as well. He has got a little one in there as well. So a couple of dads doing dad things here in the Ironman series. The boys are on the line. They're set, ready to go. Endurosurf round 1. It is all on the line here. The Ironman series is off and away, and immediately a couple go around the back. That's Cooper Williams in the pink. He's run from the far left side to the far right side, and it looks like Matt Bevilacqua. He missed the start there. I think he was turning around. I think he was waiting for it, or maybe he heard another noise, but not the start you wanted from your #1 seed in Matt Bevilacqua in the green. The men's colours are the same as the women's colours. Green for the qualifiers from last year, pink for the men who went through the trial. Wes Gould and Isaac Smith will have orange. They're the wild cards, and no yellow jerseys because Kendrick Louis will be watching from home on the northern beaches. Shout out to Louis. Hopefully he gets his calf healed up in no time and he's back on our screens.
Yeah, big news before we got started, of course, off the back of a wonderful summer for him last year, but we'll see him back for 4, 5 and 6, no doubt in great form, looking to make up that ground. Josh, what will they learn out of the race we just saw from the Iron Women? These conditions are changing a little bit with that tide though.
I think the reality is you've got to have a strong start, you can't make any mistakes, and you've got to be aware mid-race when the moves happen, you've got to be there. Ali Day, welcome back. Almost 2 years since he started, and he's already gone to the front right in the centre of screen there. Maybe Corey Taylor as well. Jay Finesse is doing good things on this right-hand side, and maybe Joe Collins. So the young guns going to the front and working very hard, but it's all thrash and bash at the moment. Jackson Maynard, we've got to talk about Jackson Maynard. He spent a night in hospital. He had heart problems earlier in the week. This is how tough these guys are. Maynard's overcome cancer. He's been in hospital for heart issues, and he's put his foot on the line and decided, I want to race with the best in the business here. He's thrown himself into the thick of it, and he is having a massive crack at the moment.
When we talk about unstoppable, these Nutri-Grain Ironman, they absolutely love it. Yeah, crazy pictures of him in hospital, but he loves it. He'll be back out there, of course, and out there doing his best. Jackson Maynard, a great story and a great waterman as well across so many disciplines.
Oh, unbelievable. One of the best in the world. well. But what about Cooper Williams? This is Cooper Williams, who's gone to the front from the Alexandra Headlands Club. He just saw his teammate Lana Rogers go out and destroy the field in the women's, and I think he's trying to do the same. A little wave on offer here. I don't know if he's going to get it. Williams is a very, very strong swimmer. He did the same thing last year. He got his best result ever in the opening round of the IronMan series at Burleigh Heads in the Endurosurf. He got out hard in the swim. He held on the board and ski. He's trying to do the same here today, but it looks like the rest of the field has a little bit of an idea. They might be going down to the right, chasing a few of those waves, but Williams pushing very hard, coached by Jack Hansen at the Alexandra Headland Club here. One of the young guns in the field. He's only 20 years of age as well. Last year, he was our youngest competitor. This year, he's leading round one. That's how much experience he gained from 2019-2020 summer.
And it's amazing to call, Josh, the excitement with these young guns that are coming through, mixed with the experience. So many big names still in this field. Bevel Aquapool, Lyndon as well. TJ Hendy, that famous name. Jai Timperley had a great summer last year as well. Really consistent. So there's some waves starting to build out the back with this dropping tide, Josh. Are we going to see a few more waves from the back as the boys bring it to the beach?
Cooper Williams and Ali Day have had to swim the entire way to the beach there, and Ali Day stands up just behind Cooper Williams. There he goes. He's got a smile on his face, and the boys in pink have done the job so far. There's Day. Finn Askew as well comes up and around. Matt Bevilacqua, Kai Kinsella, Furness, Pools there, Borg. Jackson Maynard goes around as well. Jai Timperley's got work to do. Wes Gould, Nathan Gray on his home stretch of sand. Tannen Linden, the new dad, and Hayden White, the white snake. He goes around in last place, but that's okay for White. He knows the swim's his weakest leg. He's going to run right down, sit on the back of the pack, and he is really going to work that board and ski. He's one of the best board and ski paddlers in the field. He doesn't care about this opening leg. Survive it and then go to work.
And you can see the field, Josh. They are really bunching up a little bit here. As much as our leaders are taking it out, they're a lot more brought together than we saw in the previous race. So they're really working through. Saw probably the effort and obviously the pain they know they're in store for this Endurosurf format and the travelator when you get back to the beach as well.
And I think at the moment, yeah, they're doing it tough, but have a look at Ali Day. He's in the centre of those three there. He is going to work. He swam up alongside Cooper Williams. The man in the pink cap at the top there, that's Dan Collins. He's going with him. So Ali Day has swum through this field. He's driving his way into the lead here. And just like Lana Rogers, if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. So the field can't let him go. Zach Morris is in there behind him as well, doing a very, very good job. Finn Askew, he's running the man bun and a bit of a ponytail in fourth place at the moment. He's the blonde boy sitting in fourth there, so watch for him. Another young gun. So it's Ali Day, the second oldest in the field. Behind him, it's the four youngest in the field.
How exciting to call right now.
Experience against enthusiasm at the moment. It looks like Ali Day is going to work.
As they come up and around the can here, Josh, as we said, a changing tide, so really interested to see how this affects the waves. Ali Day, all day in the lead. It's nice to say that again as well.
Yeah, the last time he went around in the series, he dominated, he won, then couldn't race last year, forced to sit on the sideline, and there can be no tougher task. And Ali's pretty open about the fact that there was times when he thought he wouldn't get back, but he overcame it. He decided that he wanted to go around and he wanted to get back to the top of the tree, and he is showing he belongs there right now. So it is Day in one, Dan Collins in two, Kai Kinsella's working his way through, so Zach Morris, Cooper Williams is fading a little bit, Finn Askew as well. So they're the names, and it's all the guys in pink at the moment. They had to go through the trial. They've done a little bit of racing, but like we saw in the women's race, maybe a little bit of that's adrenaline. Maybe they've got themselves a start. Live TV, the top of the IronMan series, they're going to give everything they got, and some of those more experienced guys sit back, hang on, and make the moves when the time is right.
So the colours you're seeing, of course, across this field. In the orange, our wild cards. Ali Day, our leader, you can see there on screen with some waves coming, Josh. The pink coming through the trial, so they've earned their spot. And of course, in green, they're our qualifiers from last year. The top 10 in the series straight through. And the yellow, although missing with this one, with Kendrick Louis out, is our series champion from last year.
Hopefully we'll see him back a little bit later on. We see on the right-hand side, Hayden White has gone all the way out to the right-hand side, praying for a wave. He's swum through the field a little bit, so's Kai Kinsella. Ali Day on the front. And these waves, they just tempt you. You think you've got one. You just take a rest. Oh, it's okay, I'm going to pick this one up, and then nothing eventuates. And Ali Day has swum to the beach twice. No help for him. Bevilacqua, I think, he was the big winner there. I think he got one. And Ali Day is looking as fit and as fierce as I've ever seen him look in my entire life. Geordie Mercer down on the beach. It's like the charge of the Light Brigade. Have a look at Matt Bevilacqua. But who looks comfortable after that opening opening lead, Jordan.
Isn't this incredible? I love seeing a little bit of colour run around through there. We have got rookies up against the best of the best, but Ali Day out in front, very exciting to see. The race is only getting started. The field is still tight and packed. They're jumping on for the first board leg right now.
And Jordan, it's great to be back on the sand. How's that crowd going down there? It sounds amazing.
The energy is up. It has been a long time between racing and our Surf Life Saving IronMan and women fans. They're going wild.
Loving it here at Kingscliff Beach, and as they go through, only 20 seconds separating first to 20th at the moment. So that's the entire field in screen at the moment, and a very, very strong opening swim leg. There was 20 seconds between first and second in the women's, now 20 seconds across all the men's field, and Hayden White at the bottom there went round in last, but he's going to work on the board, pushing that board up and around it. Sandy Torp there as he works his way through, and Ali Day, he is on the front, but Matt Bevilacqua. So two former series champions working hard. Jackson Borg had a good one, a good swim as well. Very strong from him, and in the last couple of years, he's come on in leaps and bounds as an Ironman. It's been impressive to see Borg really go through, well, from a bottom rung Ironman, working his way to being competitive to now being at the front of the races, and that's the path you've got to tread for these young guys there, and they've all done it before. You don't just become an Ali Day overnight, and Jackson Borg is showing that if you work hard and you're consistent, you can work your way to the top here. He's in third place as he heads around as well. Cooper Williams in fourth, Jackson Maynard in five, push and shove. Zach Morris there. Matt Poole has jammed his board right into Zach Morris's side, and that's what happens when you're racing. 20 men can't go around one can, there's no space, and if you can't make space, you take space, you jam it in. Teammates from Currumbin, Jackson Maynard and Hayden White head around together, and our leaders are on a wave. Bevilacqua on the right, the man from Tasmania. Oh, what a performance from him for this opening board leg. Ali Day, the boys trained together at Mooloolaba a couple of years ago, both moved to the Gold Coast, went their separate ways. Days at Surfers Paradise, Bevilacqua at the Northcliffe Club, and Ali Day's just worked that a little bit longer, and he'll get over the second one there, and they're the moments. That is the kind of moment that can win you a race today, and we might look back in 30 minutes time and think that was the moment Ali Day broke away and Matt Bevilacqua made a small mistake.
Was it a Nutri-Grain unstoppable moment? We'll find out a bit later, but right now Ali Day pushing around Josh, and although there's not a lot on offer, there's been a significant change in that wave zone there. You saw the boys on the craft picking up more assistance. Still got a lot of work to do, but we're going to see some bigger waves as we head through this Endurosurf format.
And that's it. If the waves are small and you can actually get something out of it, it makes a bigger difference. So big one there. Matt Poole comes up and around. So does TJ Hendy. He slides in. He's got the pink and yellow. Jai Timperley goes around. Finn Askew, Zach Morris, Wes Gould's in as well. Kai Kinsella's there. Jay Furness around. Jackson Maynard, Hayden White, Tannen Linden there. The whole field, you could throw a blanket over them. Cooper Williams has gone from first to last in one board leg. That's how tight this racing is. He was leading just a matter of minutes ago. Now he's doing his best to hang on to the back of the field.
As they come together, Joshy, the chase is on here in the break of beautiful Kingscliff in northern New South Wales. Ali Day is leading us out. It's the Nutri-Grain IronMan round one. Conditions here at Kingscliff Beach, the Nutri-Grain IronMan. Round one, summer is back. We're back on the sand. Josh Minogue and Ali Day is back, leading out the ski right now as the boys head through transition.
We've had a bit of a shake-up in the break, though. Jackson Borg's gone up into second place there. Matt Bevilacqua down into third. Dan Collins in fourth. Then it's Hendy, Timperley, Poole, Askew, Morris, Kinsella, Linden, Gould, Collins, Hayden White in 14th place. Isaac Smith in 15th. Gray Maynard, Taylor Williams and Furness, and that is 1 through 20. And at the moment, Jackson Borg is doing a fantastic job. He's strong on the ski, he's a big lad, and he's not letting Ali Day get away. Ali Day stretching the rubber band in every opportunity. He went through transition just a little bit more comfortable than Jackson. He's a bigger boy, whereas Ali's got that real whippet body, and he just went through there looking so comfortable. Borg's hanging on. He's not letting him get away at the moment. And Ali Day, well, it doesn't look like he's missed a beat after almost 2 years off. You might as well have said he could have raced yesterday because he looks that comfortable there. You can see the gap back. Bevilacqua in third, Collins in fourth. Then the rest of the field are there. TJ Hendy, Timperley, Poole. They're leading that big group out, but they're all racing for 5 and 6 at the moment. And this is third place Bevilacqua as he heads around. And Bevilacqua doesn't look comfortable. He broke a rib just a couple of weeks ago. Hasn't been able to sleep, hasn't been able to train. He did it racing, not ideal at all, but it's an unstoppable performance for him just to be here. And like these guys, it doesn't matter how injured they are, they put themselves on the line, they get into the thick of it and they start racing, and they love it at the moment. Have a look at this going around the cans. They're going to throw themselves around these cans and into everybody else. And Jackson Maynard, Nathan Gray on the back there just hanging on. And Ali Day's breathing hard, but he looks comfortable.
Yeah, there's your leader on screen right now all day, Ali Day. Great to be calling that again after the journey he's been on. Coming back to the beach again, Josh, as we said, those little runners, as they get back into that wave zone, providing some assistance, and the surf skills just supreme here from Day. He'll bring this one all to the beach, and Borg in second place, though, looking very, very good. Great to see the evolution of that young Ironman.
Yeah, he's been fantastic from the Newport Club down on Sydney's northern beaches, and last year he finished 11th, got himself into the series after 1 or 2, withdrew and retired from the sport. He finished second at the World Championships behind Ali Day in 2018, so we know he can do it, but I think a few people said, oh, he had a good day, it was a bit of luck, but he's proving now that he is one of the best in the business. And Bevilacqua and Collins in equal third. They grab their skis, go up and around. Jai Timperley has moved up into fifth. That's Collins there with the cap on. He slides in and around. There is Jai Timperley, the man originally from Byron, now racing for Burleigh Heads. Joe Collins in behind him. He's the Kiwi with the mullet, the young lad from Fitzroy in New Zealand. Kai Kinsella, Hayden White, Tannen Linden there. Jackson Maynard, Corey Taylor, I would have thought to be a bit higher up in the green. That is Zach Morris there. Isaac Smith with the green ski alongside Finn Askew, and a couple of these young guns. Jay Finesse from the Cronulla Club. He coaches and races at Cronulla, so he'll have a lot of athletes cheering him on, showing them how it's done. And he's got work to do as we're almost at the halfway mark of round 1 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman series. Endurosurf, 40-minute M-shape Ironman, 24 times through the surf, and well, it can be very, very tough.
And as we look back, Joshy, some of the surf skills on display. The replay here, Bevilacqua on that one, but Ali Day, look at him go. The skills just sublime.
At that moment, Bevilacqua sat up. You could see the heart rate was up. He was trying to get it down, and that was the moment Ali Day went. And he knew that if he just pushed a little bit harder for a few seconds, he'd get down. And Bevilacqua took the rest, and he was filthy with himself because he knew he'd missed an opportunity.
Perhaps a contender for our Nutri-Grain unstoppable moment. Ali Day surfing down a wave. Supreme.
Unbelievable, and I think he's got another one as well on the way home. As we look at Jackson Borg, there's Day in the background pushing very, very hard, and Jai Timperley's moved up into third place, so they've caught Bevilacqua, they've caught Dan Collins, and Jai Timperley is flying at the moment, the man from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. He trains under Michael King, one of the best in the business, so it's Timperley in 3, Bevilacqua, Collins is there as well, so is Joe Collins, so no relation, Dan and Joe, they're not brothers, but they look very similar. You can tell them apart because Joe Collins has one of the best mullets in surf sports. It's fantastic.
In the breeze, isn't it?
It's very, very good. And have a look at how comfortable Ali Day looks at the moment. He looks around, the heart rate's up. You can tell by the way he's breathing, but nobody's going to be comfortable at this point. He'll be sitting at 140, 150, 160 beats, where mere mortals, that'd be well over 200.
Now, this is situation critical, like you said. If Ali Day got to here halfway through the race, the field must make a move. Now, Jordan Mercer joining us down there on the sand. How good does Ali Day look right now? Can anyone catch him, Jordan?
Ali Day is back and looking like he never left. It is phenomenal. Body language, very confident. As he heads now into the second half of this enduro format, he has given himself a convincing lead. And a man that has no weak legs, yes, there's a chase pack, but I don't know if they've got what it takes to catch the unstoppable Ali Day.
What a chase pack as well. Thanks, Geordie. Jai Timperley goes up as well. Wes Gould joins the fray. So the man from WA, now he moved himself at the start of COVID over to the East Coast there. He's in the orange in 4th place there. That's Wes Gould. He moved himself over. He knew, I've got to be where the action is. I've got to be where surf sports is. And he's made the jump into the top level of surf sports competition. It's been him fantastic. And we look 16 seconds to Borg, 35 seconds to Timperley, and then only 5 seconds separates 3rd and 10th there. And some of the big guns, Corey Taylor had a massive leg, Matt Poole starting to work his way into it, and the rest of the field, they're dribbling along out the back in dribs and drabs, and they've got to get themselves back into this group outside the top 10. White in 11, Kinsella, Maynard, Linden, Smith, Gray, Morris, Askew, Furness, and Cooper Williams in 20th place at the moment with plenty of work to do. But Ali Day, that's his biggest lead of the race so far, and if you give him any more, I think he'll take it and run with it.
And there's some big names there with a big distance to catch up. Bevilacqua, Hendy, Poole, plus 30 seconds. There's some big names. And where's Gould, the Western Australian wildcard? Imagine if he could get up on the podium. The West will be going crazy. We can hear them from here.
From the Mullaloo Surf Club over there, so they'll be cheering him on, that is for sure. And he's doing chiropractics over here, so he's a smart cookie as well, the big fella in orange. So watch for him in the second half of this race as they start to go to work at the moment. The interesting part about Ali Day is, for most of these guys, 45 minutes is the top end of what they do. Ali Day is a 6-time Coolangatta Gold champion. That's 4 hours minimum. He is just getting warmed up at 45 minutes here, so it's scary to think that he's just starting to feel comfortable. The rest of the guys, they're redlining at the moment. The revs are well over 6,000 and they are hurting, and he looks as comfortable as you will ever see. Not the most conventional swim stroke ever. His left arm is very, very straight, but it's very effective. Under the water, it's great technique. Doesn't matter what it looks like if it's effective, and he can swim with the best of them. He's a sub 4 minute 400 freestyle swimmer, which will get you qualified for the national titles in there. He can do the work, and I don't know how many other guys in this field could swim sub 4 minutes.
And with his race experience as well, right now, it is danger zone for the rest of the field. Ali Day with that sort of lead, obviously the endurance background of those 6 Coolangatta Golds, he is looking really unstoppable now. Ali Day getting back into that wave zone.
Yeah, and a little push here. Somebody got one out the back. A little push on there, probably Jackson Borg. Borg, but I'm not sure. That just fills up, and the difficult part at the moment is that back bank's starting to break. It pushes you forward into the hole where it gets a little bit deeper. Borg's picked one up, and he'll halve the gap there. So Mother Nature can be so cruel. You can do all the hard work, you can do all the right things, but if you're not in the right time at the right place, you are going to get found out. And these boys, they're looking around. Matt Poole looks around in the centre of screen there. He's in the green, that long looping stroke, and they're all praying for a wave because they need something to push them through. And I think 1 or 2 will get a push out of this, but it won't be enough to take them through to our leader at the moment. Here we go. Put your head down, kick hard, hope it goes all the way to the beach. They push, and nobody gets anything. Heartbreak for the chase pack. Ali Day's on the beach. He looks very comfortable, and he looks as ripped and as jacked as a human as I've ever seen him look. In the past, he was small, kind of skinny. He was a whippet. He was very good across the sand. He's got himself a gym, owns a gym on the Gold Coast now, and it looks like he's been putting in the work there. He has got muscles on muscles on muscles.
Yeah, looking incredibly balanced as through Borg goes once again. He's hanging tough.
Yeah,
he's hanging really
very
tough.
impressive.
Dave's still got the lead, but he is just keeping him in check. He got a little ride off that wave as well. As we bring the rest of the field back to the beach, Josh, that is an absolute hurt locker. That bit of middle water there in between the break, that is hurt right now for these athletes.
And you can tell the guys who are hurting because they're turning around, they're looking for waves, they're looking for assistance. They stand up. Yeah, they're praying. Matt Poole does it there as well. Corey Taylor, what a swim from Corey Taylor. That was fantastic from him. Won a round last summer in the IronMan series, really made a step up. Dan Collins through again. TJ Hendy was great. Jackson Collins there. Matt Poole, the oldest man in the field. Jai Timperley, Finn Askew, Jackson Maynard, Kai Kinsella, Tannen Linden goes around. Zach Morris, Bevilacqua, Wes Gould, and Hayden White. And just like that, 1 minute you're in the lead, or you're close to the lead. The next minute you're down in 17th place. When racing is this tight, anything can happen.
And the big question as we run through the second half of this race, Josh, can anyone catch Ali Day? We'll find out right after this. Only a few months ago, he had 2 hands up in the sky in a hospital bed. Will he be raising 2 hands to the sky in victory? Your race leader, Ali Day, right now. Josh, can anyone catch him? How good is he looking?
He's done 4 of 6 legs, swimboard, ski. The second swim leg has been run and done. It's time for the board leg, and he just looks more and more comfortable the longer this race goes on. He's one of the toughest men, not only in surf sports, but just in sport in general. The things he's had to overcome, 2 seasons he's had to sit out with injury. He's won its 2 series before as well. It could have been 4 if he kept going, but he's looking for another one here today. Picks that board up, a change in board sponsor over the year, now riding the Cracker boards there, so that's an interesting little tidbit for him. And, well, Jackson Borg, if Ali Day's the story of the day, Jackson Borg wouldn't be far away regardless of where he finishes from here on out, because he has made a jump. He's levelled up in the off-season. He went from a man who finishes in the top 8, the top 10, to a man who's now challenging for race wins, and that is a tough jump to make for a young guy like him. He's only 22 years of age. He's got a big future ahead of him, and he only qualified because his teammate Max Brooks, the Australian champion, decided to retire, got himself in, and now he's making the most of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, great to see, just a resilient work ethics, and he's getting the results. And as we said, you can't lose the summer here, but you can set it up. Imagine if we get some more swell over the next few days. Who knows what could happen in the next rounds. You get yourself on the podium, you put those points in the bank, your summer is ready to go.
Yeah, unbelievable. And this man as well, Dan Collins from Newcastle, the Redhead Club, had to deal with a lot of tragedy in the family over the last couple of years, but he is showing he is a class above here. Joe Collins gets around the man from New Zealand, followed by another New Zealand Ironman champion in Corey Taylor. Matt Poole looking strong as always. Finn Askew, TJ Hendy, Jai Timperley, Zach Morris, Nathan Gray, Jackson Maynard. They all go through. We're now at a minute 30 back to the leader. A minute 30 there to Maynard. Hayden White goes in after him, and he's a minute 42 down on his former Warilla and Mooloolaba clubmate there. Then the rest of the field charges through the wildcards in Wes Gould. Isaac Smith comes around as well, and Jay Furness, he is the man on the tail with Cooper Williams, and they're at 2 minutes from Ali Day. So 2 minutes from the back to the front. I don't think you can come from last to first, but maybe, just maybe, Jackson Borg thinks if I can get a wave or 2, I might be able to get myself into this race.
Well, is it 35 seconds there, that leaderboard day? Borg, Collins out to a minute, but Borg in that 35 seconds, as we've said, with this increasing swell, there might be a little something from Huey to bring him home. We'll see.
We need something, that is for sure. He turns and goes for home. Ali, you can see Ali Day off in the distance, and as that wind starts to pick up, the runners are going to have more and more of an impact. Day just puts the power down. Great technique. You can see how tight to the board his chest gets when he gets his arms in the water. Great skills there. He'll surf this one all the way to the beach, and some of the best surf skills in the business. Puts the power down, tries to get over the top, and it's all about burning your matches at the right time. He knows if I work hard, I get down that wave, I can have a rest. And he's going past some of the guys who are just finishing the swim leg at this point. So unbelievable from Ali Day. He goes up and around, looking very comfortable there. Looks around, knows that he's well over 30 seconds in front of the rest of the field, and if he just can play his cards right, this race will be over. Borg picks that one up. It's a little bubbly, a little difficult, but he doesn't make any mistakes either. So reward for effort for 1 and 2 here, and the man in the pink, meaning he had to go through the trial, is ahead of the man in the green who qualified through last summer, of course. The orange, they are the wild cards, and we've got no yellow jersey in the men's. Kendrick Lewis sitting at home watching this, and I'm sure he's saying, man, I wish I was out there. I wish I was going head-to-head with Ali Day.
The Endurosurf, as we roll through, we said a grueling format, and these athletes are working their way through it right now. Ali Day, Borg keeping
out
touch,
the back.
Josh, but here they come.
Bevilacqua's picked one up, so's Wes Gould, and this will take them from all the way out the back to all the way through the field. The men on the right-hand side have picked it up. Wes Gould's got a great one in the orange. Bevilacqua too, so big from them. Poole is running along the top of one nicely as we see Jackson Borg going back out to sea. He splits TJ Hendy, he splits Matt Poole, and Hendy comes across and just cuts off Dan Collins, I think it is there. Just goes straight in front of him. Don't worry about it, I'm coming through. There's no friends in surf Ironman racing.
As they come up and around. Joshy Hendy making the most out of that runner.
Unbelievable from him. He cuts around on the inside. Joe Collins there. We're watching the future of Surf Ironman racing. That is for sure. The man from New Zealand. He is unbelievable. Fitzroy, he's the youngest in the field, 2-time New Zealand junior Ironman champion. Made the move over here and he's made the jump to the top level. Sitting in the top 4 at the moment. But Ali Day is out in front. We look back and we can see the gap. Can anyone catch this man? Ali Day's on fire.
All day rolling to the beach. It's the Nutri-Grain Ironman round 1. We'll be right back. It's a masterclass from one of the best, Josh Minogue. Ali Day is back on the beach of the Nutri-Grain Ironman, the battle for the places. Can anyone catch him? I don't think so. Shut the gate from here.
He's into the final leg. He's got a 26-second lead over Jackson Borg, and this is the race for third place. On the left-hand side, Corey Taylor. On the right, Jai Timperley. They're working their way in. Joe Collins just sits off the back. Bevilacqua was worked into 5th, and he's done a great job on this board leg here. Jai Timperley just gets a little run over Corey Taylor there, but they're still, well over a minute down on Ali Day. We'll wait till they run through the transition to see just how far back they are. Ali Day's on the ski. That gap's getting bigger, and I think it's almost, well, race over for these guys, certainly. Jackson Borg will need something special. It's not over till it's over, but, well, the fat lady's warming up the pipes at the moment. She's almost getting ready to sing here. We're into the final leg of round 1 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman series. That's Jai Timperley as he goes through. A minute 15 behind our leader. Corey Taylor in 4th, a minute 18. Then Zach Morris, Dan Collins, they work their way through as well. They're back at a minute 25. Bevilacqua, Joe Collins, Finn Askew, Wes Gould there. They're all doing work, but they are all a long way down. And to be honest, they look very, very tired.
And a really critical point for the rest of the summer too, for a lot of these big names towards the back of this pack. Points critical as well. You can't win the series in round 1, but you can certainly put yourself way down the list and have a lot of work to get yourself back in that qualification zone or back in the running for the title as well. So places, points, critical.
You look last year, Kendrick Louis didn't even win a round, but he was so much more consistent than the rest of the field. He had 4th, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th. His worst result was a 10th. They dropped that out. Whereas the likes of Bevilacqua and Poole, they had blowout losses. They had 18ths, they had 16ths, they had 14ths. Kendrick was just so much more consistent. You can't win it, but you can lose it here today. And that 26-second gap, I think it's just holding strong. Borg's very strong on the ski, but Ali Day heads to the beach for the second last time. He will drag his ski around the turning marker, head back out for the final time of round 1, and I guess lying in a hospital bed with 2 broken wrists, you dream about the day you could come back, and if you dreamt about it, this is how it would play out for Ali Day. It's not over. There's a big wave out the back for Jackson Borg, but Day looks, well, he looks as close to being perfect as you can possibly be.
And as you said, just looking at how he's racing at the moment, he's so balanced physically, almost perfection out there for this type of racing, this type of sport. The muscle, he's built up a little bit, but look at him just gliding across the sand. Ali Day, our leader here, round 1 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman series, Kingscliff Beach. We're back on the beach, we're back racing, and the best in the business is putting on a show.
Interestingly, Jackson Borg's picked up a wave here, and Ali Day's just going to get hit for the first time today by 1 or 2, and I guess Borg's never going to give up. He knows he's going to run as hard as he possibly can. Part of him will be saying, 2nd place is my best result ever, I'll just take that, but I know deep down the little voice in the back of his head will be saying, I want to get him, I want to get him, I think I can get him. If he gets hit and I get a wave, there's still a chance, and that's the beauty of Surf Ironman racing. You've always got a chance. He goes up and over, gets those hands up nice and high, and this is the race for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Day's going out. It looks like Jai Timperley's just got ahead of Corey Taylor there on the way in. We can't see Borg, Bevilacqua, and a couple more are getting runs from out the back. There's a few big waves that are going to shake things up. Joe Collins, Zach Morris have both picked him up at the moment, so that's 3. Jai Timperley working hard. 4, Corey Taylor with the red nose there. The 2 men, Joe Collins and Zach Morris there in 6 and 7 on that wave, and this is going to be where things get interesting. The race to stand on the podium. 3rd place is, I think, the only place that's up for grabs at the moment.
And these conditions, Josh, there is definitely more wave action closer to shore. It's still not significant, but you can see a lot more runners being picked up. The shore zone is getting really tricky with that that dropping tide, especially with the ski here. We might see a few twists and turns yet.
When you get tired, you start to make mistakes, and when you get tired on the ski, your mistakes cost you really, really badly. The two young guns go in, then it's Bevilacqua and Gould, the Tasmanian, the West Australian, and TJ Hendy goes around, the most famous name in surf sports. He's wearing a little bit of a mullet himself there, so they love it at the moment. Up and around Dan Collins, Matt Poole, Nathan Gray, Finn Askew, so they go in and around. They're trying to finish inside the top 10, and they need a top 10 finish to have any chance of winning the overall series. And we could see a couple of, well, pre-race favourites, the likes of Tan and Linden. Their series could be over before it's even started.
As we head around, Josh, what a day to be back racing. Northern New South Wales absolutely sparkling as they head around once again. Great to see the orange there, the wild cards, the pink that have come through the qualifications, the trials, the green singlets, the colours there, our qualifiers from last year. And again, Ali Day, our race leader, no stranger to leading a field, but he had to do it the hard way again. He had to qualify himself back in, and here he is sitting at the lead of this race, round number 1 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman.
They could have handed him a wild card spot. He said, no, I'm going to the trial. I'm going to earn my keep. He went from a hospital bed to the top step of the Nutri-Grain Ironman series. He is on fire. He heads over, high fives to coach Zane Hamill. His wife, Kel, and his son, Danny Boy, will be watching up in the crowd. He has put on an Endurosurf masterclass all day, every day. Ali Day is your round 1 winner. What a performance from him.
He's back, and he was brilliant, Josh Minogue. Ali Day, but second place. What a great result as well here.
Jackson Borg pushed him all the way. That's as good as a win for Jacko Borg. He has put on his best performance ever by a country mile. Unbelievable from him. He's finished 4th before. He's never stood on the top step, and he's happy with that. A fist pump. His series has got started in the best possible fashion, but this is where it's going to get interesting. The race for 3rd place here, and they're all coming down. Jai Timperley pushing very, very hard. He can't get a runner. Jai Timperley on the left, Corey Taylor on the right, Joe Collins chasing him as well, Zach Morris, Matt Bevilacqua, so's Wes Gould. They're all pushing hard. Out the back, there's a wave. This is going to turn things on its head. Jai Timperley pushes hard. The man from Byron Bay now at Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. He gets a little runner. He pushes down, and I think he'll get away from the Kiwi Corey Taylor there. I think Jai Timperley will finish in 3rd. Reward for effort from the big fella there. He finished last summer in 7th place, and he's going to stand in 3rd to open his summer this year, and what a performance from him. He goes up and around, and, well, he'll high-five Ali Day and Jackson Borg, and thank God they didn't catch him there at the end. And Corey Taylor, fantastic in 4th. He'll be very happy with that start to his summer.
Yeah, some great reward for guys that have raced and worked really hard, Josh. The
Collins
place
and Morris. Collins and Morris. Morris dips the shoulder. I think he gets there. Maybe that mullet held back. Joe Collins there. Just not enough aerodynamics as he crosses the line, but damn, it looks good. Damn, it looks good. Look at that gap in the end. It got down from 37 seconds down to 18. He almost halved it. The race is on. Jackson Maynard. That's as tough an effort as you will ever see. Dan Collins, Matt Bevilacqua, Matt Poole. They're all trying to finish inside the top 10. They go up and around. Collins, Bevilacqua, Poole, Askew. They will just finish in and outside the top 10 there. Hayden White, he will come across the line in 14th place. So strong from him, the big fella who works at Angus O'Loughlin Gaming in the weekdays and comes out here and races on the weekends. Fantastic from him. Jay Finesse, the coach of Cronulla, goes up and around. Isaac Smith, after years of injury, great to see him in the big time as well, one of the wild cards. And these boys, they look shattered. I don't know how they're going to turn around and race again tomorrow. And Tan and Linden, last year, huge. Yeah, not the performance that he would have been looking for. I don't think he's getting enough sleep with a new baby there, and hopefully he can bounce back tomorrow for a big performance.
Yeah, part of the new dads club, but that sort of result, that'll put him under the pump for the rest of summer.
Very tough.
Some big results in that top 10, as we saw some of the qualifiers, and the wildcards did really, really well, putting points in the bank. It's been amazing action. We're going to come back and chat to our winners, but it's all about Ali Day. We'll be right back. back to Kingscliff Beach in northern New South Wales. A stunning location as we look back on the sand, the salt and the surf. It's been so good to be back on the sand racing here for the Nutri-Grain IronMan series, which we've just witnessed. It was amazing. It was unstoppable. We saw the man return to the sand. What a performance it was from our race winner, Ali Day. He's down on the sand with Jordan Mercer.
We are here with Ali Day, the champion of round one. Ali, what does this comeback victory mean to you?
It probably hasn't, it probably hasn't really sunk in yet, but obviously it is starting to now, and it's pretty, I heard him say before I started it was like 600 and something days, so I didn't think I'd even get emotional in this interview. I never have before, but it means a lot. I've had so many great people look after me through this time, and I was thinking on that last ski leg, I'm going to win, but my mind kept going, switch back off to thinking what you got to do, get the job done. And as I said, it's probably really starting to sink in now, and it obviously means a hell of a lot to me.
It was an absolute pleasure to witness, Ali, and just thinking back to that tragic injury you had to where you are right now, what are the biggest takeaways from that journey?
Well, I think it's just taking stock of what I already had. Like, I turned up this morning and I knew that I was prepared. I knew that I'd dedicated a lot of time, but I just wanted to really enjoy it. I'm 30 now and by no means is that old, but I started this sport when I was qualified when I was 19. So this is my 12th season doing it, and I just wanted to really try come down here and enjoy it. As I said before, my family, my friends, my sponsors, they are the ones that kept me up when I had those really rough down days. And that one was for obviously for all the hard work those guys put in for me. So yeah, I'm just over the moon. But look, we've got to back up again tomorrow. So I kind of wish it was we could have a bit of a rest and come back in a couple of weeks' time. But obviously that's not the case. I've got to go home and recover now well. And I'm looking forward to the next 2 days now.
It's going to be a big 6 rounds. Round one couldn't have gone better for you, Ali. What's the motivation when you're looking towards this season? It's far from your first. How have things changed?
I think I mentioned it before, just trying to go and enjoy it. I used to get so nervous before races and I still do now, don't get me wrong, but I know there's only, so many limited opportunities as an athlete, and I've experienced that twice in my career. I've missed 2 seasons of something I love doing, so just want to go out there tomorrow and enjoy it.
We're very lucky to have witnessed that performance today. Can't wait to see the rest of the series. Rest up, recover. See you soon.
Thanks, Geordie. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jordan. I don't know about you, Josh, but I just got goosebumps listening to that. Let's have a look at the series points here up on the screen.
Yeah, just dads doing dad things, and Cooper Williams didn't have the performance he wanted today, but Ali Day was our winner. Maximum points and the best way to start the best of 6 series. He goes through with a win there. Borg and Timperley will stand on the podium. Good performances from young guns. Collins, Morris, Wes Gould, Jackson Maynard from a hospital bed to the top 10. Unbelievable. Bevilacqua and Poole, they'll have to go back to square one and try and get their series back on track. White, Furness, Isaac Smith, Tannen Linden, Kinsella, and of course Cooper Williams at the tail of the field. Well, it was a huge opening round, and well, that man, he stood a step above the rest.
Yeah, some big names at the top and some down where they might not want to be. We'll be right back in just a moment to wrap things up. Welcome back to the Nutri-Grain IronMan Series Round 1. Well, Iron Racing is all about digging deep and overcoming obstacles. And this season, we're recognising an athlete each round who best represents resilience. It's called the Nutri-Grain Unstoppable Moment. And Josh, hands down today, it was all about Ali Day. He was unbelievable. He's back on the sand. He raced so well. And our Nutri-Grain Unstoppable Moment, it's absolutely all about Ali Day.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. He only just got it ahead of last Lana Rogers. But have a look right here. This was the moment he broke the race wide open. Matt Bevilacqua didn't push down the wave. He put the power down. It was early on, but he knew that his effort would pay off. He goes 2, 3, 4 strokes over the top, and that gap that was just, well, meters there turned into 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and in the end it was massive. And Ali Day, well deserved, that is for sure. And the girls are getting their medals, the boys will be up next. It was a great opening round of Ironman and Ironwoman racing.
It was the stories that give you goosebumps, but it was the skills that paid the bills, and Ali Day on Nutri-Grain. Unstoppable moment. Now joining us on the sand today, Josh, we're going to cross down to Jordan Mercer, one of the greatest Iron women we've had. Jordan, I would love to get your thoughts on a big day of racing. Obviously, we're so excited to be back on the sand, but give us your thoughts on the two winners and how you saw them race today.
It was absolutely phenomenal to see this action, everyone back racing but the standouts. Lana Rogers in the women, Ali Day in the men's, taking victory in convincing fashion. I think tomorrow's going to be interesting. We flipped the switch. We've gone from endurance beasts to seeing these athletes go head-to-head across a sprint format. I've got my eyes on some juniors as we switch to the sprint format for round 2 and round 3.
So a real mix of athletes as we called through today, Jordan. But the big question, in these conditions, do you think anyone can step up, and if so, who, to catch Ali and Lana from what we saw today?
I mean, to have an opening round 1 like that, what a major confidence boost. And even that endurance surf format, you saw that they kind of just prevailed with that confidence. One lap, another one, 24 times in and out of the break. Their confidence just kept growing. So I think we can expect to see that rolling through into the further rounds of the series.
Well, thanks, Geordie. Well, our athletes there receiving their hard-earned medals and checks as well atop of the podium. A big question is, Josh, can they back it up for tomorrow? This is a really gruelling format, as we saw. What do they go into now? Recovery mode? What's essential for tomorrow?
Yeah, that's it. Same time, same place. We'll be back here to do Super Sprint tomorrow. It's going to be a huge weekend.
As we have a look at the schedule to come there, Joshy, we've got so much in store for you. The Endurosurf, the Super Sprint and Survival. That's 1, 2 and 3 happening over this weekend. We're going to be back for Endurosurf again, the Specialist and Survival, 4, 5 and 6, 2 massive weekends. We want you to stay in touch, join the conversation. It's the Nutri-Grain Ironman Series. Get on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, #Iron Series, get at Iron Series, and for all the series info, visit allthews.ironseries.com.au. A big thank you to our partners Nutri-Grain and of course our sponsors Finns, Ampol, DHL and Westpac. Well, that wraps things up from round 1 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman and Iron Woman Series, but you don't have to wait long for more Iron action. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow for round 2, the Super Sprint, live from Kingscliff Beach at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, right here on Go. We look forward to seeing you there.